Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the GM. It's your guy, Boulanger. Up next in this video, we're going to be having our first mock draft. I say first mock draft because there may be another one if I can get it in before tonight's draft. But honestly, you guys may think that's funny, but don't play. Don't play because you guys do laundry and cook too. I got some laundry to do. I got some cooking to do. Um, as a counselor, I work from home. And so sometimes uh, you know, I get busy in the kitchen, do some laundry, handle all man duties. So I got to do some of that between now and tonight. Well, actually between now and time my wife get off at 5. So hopefully I'll be able to get back to the screen and get some more vids done. But anyway, man, I appreciate you guys, man, for hanging with us, man. Appreciate your support. Appreciate you guys participating in the comment section, man. Really enjoy engaging with you guys. It's really cool, man, to see people from all different walks of life, all different areas, man, be united by sports and even be able to talk sports even from different perspectives and still get along and still have a level of respect for one another. It's been pretty cool to see. Um, it still provides a measure of hope that we still can grow and still learn from one another. So I appreciate you guys for doing that. Um, so let's get it, man. Ravens 2023 draft. All right. I'm gonna let you know before I get started, man. This is a straight up and down draft. No funny business, no trades, no trade ups, no trade downs, no players moving anywhere. It's just round by round, selecting 5 picks for the Baltimore Ravens. And I'll try to give you some explanation on why I selected the person that I put in that position. All right. First up, with the number 22 pick, I selected Deonte Banks, cornerback from the University of Maryland. Deonte Banks is 6 foot, 197, so he's a pretty big corner. He has good length, um, and he has elite speed. Run a 4.35 in the 40, and I believe him to be the best cover corner in this draft. Uh, I know a lot of times players get knocked for, what school they played at, whether it's a football conference or not, that kind of thing. But the tape I've watched, all of the analysis that I read on Deonte Banks, I believe him to have the best cover skills in this draft, and that's even including Joey Porter Jr., which a lot of guys mocked to the Ravens. That's including Gonzalez, who was at one point the number one cornerback in this draft. I think Devin White has surpassed him. I believe Devin White is the corner. I think that's what I read somewhere. And so I believe um, Deonte Banks, excuse me, is the corner that we take with the number 22 pick if he's on the board. So let's go to the third round. I believe the Baltimore Ravens will select um, and with the number 86, an offensive tackle from Oklahoma by the name of Wanya Morris. He's probably not a guy that you know if you don't watch college football and if you're not an Oklahoma fan. Um, but he's a pretty big kid, 6'5", 307. Um, and he runs the 40 and 5.1, which lets you know for a guy his size, he has really good athleticism. This guy is super long. He has 35-inch arms, which is what you need to play offensive tackle. He has good power. And with that kind of speed, he'll be able to get out in front of the running back on pulls and things like that. And the reason why I picked offensive tackle versus an offensive guard is because an offensive tackle a lot of times can slide in and play offensive guard at a high level. I picked him specifically because of his length, because of his size, and because of his skill set. He has a very similar skill set to Ronnie Stanley. Now, let me be very, very clear. He's not Ronnie Stanley. That's why he's projected to go between the third and fifth round. But when I say skill set, he has a very, he's athletic. Ronnie Stanley is athletic. They're about the same size. They're coming into the draft with about the same weight. And so a lot of what's said about this guy was said about Ronnie Stanley. Just Ronnie Stanley played at a higher level in college, but I think that Mr. Morris could certainly slide in, play offensive guard, but also learn offensive tackle. So just in case Ronnie Stanley goes down, like we've seen, you know, 2 out of the last 3 years, uh, Mr. Morris could possibly slide outside and be a fill-in while Ronnie Stanley gets better. So it was kind of a twofold benefit to selecting Wanye Morris in the third round with the 86 overall pick. All right. So when we get to the fourth round, with the number 124, um, I picked uh 3-4 defensive and defensive tackle um Dante Steels out of West Virginia. Um, Steels is a 6'4", weighs in about 286, and he has a 4.8 40. I always include the speed because it helps understand when you look at a guy's height, weight, what his speed is, you know, kind of entails sometimes a level of athleticism. He has good speed, he's long and power. Power for a guy uh, is super important when you play that 3-4 D end and D tackle. He has some versatility, which means he can play inside and outside, and he has some pass rush skills. In 2021, Steals racked up 7.5 sacks at that defensive end, defensive tackle position, and then he picked up a couple of more sacks in 2022. So he definitely has a Calais Campbell type skill set. Now, let me be very clear. He's not Calais Campbell. He's not Calais Campbell size. Calais Campbell is 6'8", over 300 pounds. This guy's 6'4", 286. But what I mean is for a guy his size, for him to be able to pass the rush the passer, inside and outside is a Calais Campbell type skill set. And we certainly need some depth added due to the loss of Calais Campbell. So that's why I selected him right here. Again, if you have somebody different, by all means, chime in. All right, let's go down to the fifth round. In the fifth round, I picked A.T. Perry, wide receiver out of Wake Forest. I picked A.T. Perry. He got a lot of buzz coming out of the combine. He ran really well. This is a guy who was super productive at Wake Forest. He has a huge catch radius, has good length, good height at 6'4", good length. He has about 33-inch arms, if I remember correctly, and he weighs in right under 200 pounds. I picked this guy because the Ravens, as of right now, doesn't have a guy with his size um, on the team. Bateman is about 6'2", 6'3", so he's a little taller, maybe a little longer. He has good route running skills. He has great hands. And for a guy his size, has good speed. So I plugged him in right there in the fifth round. A.T. Perry out of Wake Forest. And then the final pick in the sixth round is Eric Gray. Excuse me, running back out of Oklahoma. So we have two um, Oklahomans going to the Ravens in this mock draft. He's kind of a compact guy. He's 5'10", 207. He has short arms, about 29 inches in length. So he's a pretty compact guy. He has a projected 40 time of 4.5, which probably means he comes in under that a little bit. He probably is somewhere around 4.45, 4.46, somewhere in there. They typically, the projection is a little higher than what they actually run. And everything I read about him was all positive. He's strong, has good vision, uh, and can catch the ball. So he has some versatility. I think he ended up with 33 catches this past season, and he's super productive. He had over 1,300 yards running the ball for Oklahoma. And so I like him in Baltimore because when I read about him, that's how I discovered um, the Oklahoma offensive tackle is when I read about Eric Gray. Eric Gray is really a good running back, really a good college player, and I think that taking him in that sixth round would certainly replace Beatty, who left last year. Certainly provide some depth based on JK having some injury history, Gus Edwards having some injuries, and also Justice Hill having some injuries as well. I think getting some fresh legs back there will certainly help them. And then the other bonus of taking Eric Gray, if he's still available, is that all three of those guys I just mentioned, JK, Gus Edwards, and Justice Hill, they're all free agents at the end of the year. And don't know if Baltimore's going to be willing to pay all three. I doubt it. They're probably only going to keep one. And already having a guy who knows the system in-house will be super beneficial as well. So that's my draft, man. Let me know what you guys want me to know about my mock draft. Did you like the picks? Do you recognize any of the names? And also, is there anybody you would plug in? I appreciate you guys for hanging out with us, man. I'm your guy, Boulanger. This is the GM, and I'm out.